Hey everyone, welcome to the bar, and today we're talking about the new chapter of My Hero Academia Vigilantes, specifically titled Chapter 76, Training Starts Now. Before I ramble about this chapter, my channel finally eclipsed 10,000 subscribers this week. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. For the past 2 months, this has all been a challenging time for everyone. And hopefully, I'll get my t-shirt shop up and running with some great merch, and all proceeds from my first wave of merchandise will go to COVID-19 relief. I'll be announcing that at a later date, but depending on when I drop this video, it's Vigilantes Day. Let's get happy. The chapter was great, and the story has been heating up for the past few months, but it's about time that we see Koichi test his limits. With that being said, before we go over what happened and I give my thoughts on the chapter, obviously there is gonna be spoilers for this video, so I suggest you read the most recent chapter and come back, we'll recap it together. So, before you leave, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell, that way you get to see all my latest videos. Other than that, let's get to it. Okay, so this week's chapter started off with Soga taking the gang to Knuckle Duster's hideout. So guess what? The Vigilantes, they have their first ever hideout. Also, quick little side note here, if you've been questioning who these background cronies are, they're Rapt and Moyu. They were actually assaulted by Knuckle Duster back in Chapter 1 when he first met Koichi, and they're the other two that make up the trio with Soga. With that being said, I'm going to go into them a little bit more at the end of the video when I give my thoughts, because I really like these characters, and I'm seriously impressed with what Vigilantes does week after week as they flesh out the universe of My Hero Academia. But before I digress, let me finish my recap. So, Koichi begins taking a walk throughout the place when he comes across a big planning board that belonged to Knuckle Duster. See, to Koichi, Knuckle Duster was always just a man that was reckless. He never knew him as the hero O'Clock. His time as a hero, he was able to track down All for One, for Christ's sake. He's very meticulous when it comes to his planning. Every move, every step that Koichi has ever taken was planned out by Knuckle Duster. Knuckle Duster bred Koichi to be a polished hero without Koichi even knowing what was going on. And it's great to see Koichi smile in a time that really doesn't warrant any smiling. Additionally, he notices on the board that Knuckle Duster was tracking Queen Hachisuka, aka Tamao Ogoro, Knuckle Duster's daughter. Soga tells him, don't mind that particular case, it's closed, but if he's gonna take a look into it, it might be a good, reference to strategize off of. Soga asks him, will cornering Popstep kind of work, when Koichi kind of replies and says that, when it comes to understanding Pop's movement, he kind of puts 2 and 2 together and realizes that leading her down an alleyway wouldn't be the best kind of way, as she would just kind of kick off the buildings and kind of just get away. But he remembers one crucial aspect to Popstep's quirk. When she's in freefall, she's vulnerable. So the possibility of nabbing her in midair is actually kind of likely. Soga likes that plan, and the four sit on stools and finally talk shop. Soga tells Koichi that he has to do 3 things in order for this mission to be a success. 1. He absolutely needs to get there before the police, before any first responders. And I guess this kind of rules out Koichi showing up like Batman and appearing to Tsukauchi. I guess it's just safe to say that's not gonna happen. But if anything, honestly, we could probably see Tsukauchi delay the police's response when he finds out that the crawler is on scene to deal with Popstep. But the second thing is, Koichi has to grab her in midair and bring her down. Step 3, meet the boys on the ground, where Soga's gonna provide first aid and then immediately get her to the hospital. The plan seems pretty half-baked at first, but I'm actually kind of impressed that the boys are just absolutely down to help. From Rapt just saying that he's a fan of Pop, to Soga stating that he's doing this just because he feels like it. He's embracing the life of what it means to be a vigilante. Next, Soga tells Koichi it's time for tests. This time, it's up to Koichi to push his limits. The boys tell him something that honestly we've never seen. Go 100% all out. Mayu, whatever his name is, he eggs him on to go full speed, and Soga then shouts go. And right then and there, we're given the glimpse to Koichi's improvement. He now moves faster than the naked eye, but additionally, he's gotten really good at stopping. Everyone stands in awe, as they didn't think that Koichi was ever capable of even doing this, especially because it wasn't just being fast in a straight line. He zigged and zagged and was still moving like a bat out of hell. Koichi then tells the 2 guys that he can actually increase the maximum speed that he was going just now if he just goes in a straight line for a longer distance, meaning he just keeps on accelerating. He says all this information while Soga stands nearby taking notes on everything. A total 180 from when we first saw his character in Chapter 1. We then move on to Koichi's aerial movement. We've seen that from Koichi's mother, he's actually capable of flight. But for now, Koichi tells the boys that he can only double jump twice, and if he loses momentum, he can get exasperated and fall. Additionally, if he takes a break to catch his breath, he could end up stranding himself on the side of a building. Soga, with his trusty notebook nearby, uses his intuition and tells Koichi that maybe if he just learns how to change his breathing patterns, he might be able to change how his quirk works altogether. But for now, moving on. Offense. Koichi's main offensive move is a projectile called the Shooty Go Blam. We've seen him use it to save Eraserhead, we've seen him use it to save Captain Celebrity, he does it pretty frequently. He demonstrates it, and once again, Rapt and Mayu are kind of his top fans. When Soga challenges Koichi not to hold back, as when he normally does the technique, his so-called ace in the hole seems rather run-of-the-mill. Now the chapter suddenly has a flashback, and it's Koichi asking Popstep for permission to use the Shooty Go Blam. Popstep kind of tells him it's a little bit too much of a special move, and that stuff is really only meant for heroes. She suggests that if he wanted to start doing things like that, it would just make her more comfortable if he got his hero license. Koichi kind of rebuffs it and says that he would just be using it for emergencies, and in those emergencies only as much as he needed to. He tries to defend himself by saying that he'll be able to manage the strength of the blast on the fly, and it's a bit tricky, but he can do it. Pop is still a bit skeptical, and Koichi says, let's do the face test, which is pretty much just judging if Popstep gets pissed off by his actions. How cute. No wonder she felt let on, dude. But then the next page we flash forward again, and it's something we definitely did not see coming. The Shooty Go Blam piercing through 3 cans simultaneously. I'd also guess that it made one hell of a bang because it was enough to finally scare the shit out of Rapt and Mayu, to the point where Koichi kind of casually pointed his hand in their direction and they reacted like a shotgun was getting pointed in their face. Koichi then states that this is what happens when he pours all of his focus into the Shooty Go Blam. It becomes this way more menacing thing that could possibly kill somebody. He suddenly pictures an extremely pissed off Popstep, but he knows this is definitely off limits, but unfortunately, he doesn't have a choice anymore. And that's the chapter. I really enjoyed this one. We occasionally only get a panel or 2 of Koichi training, but in this chapter, we actually saw his worth. And before we talk about Koichi, I want to talk some Rapt, Soga, and Mayu, because I absolutely love these guys. They started out as common thugs that would have probably ended up as villains, but the main reason why they would have considered that lifestyle is because of society itself. We've seen this before with the Shiosaikai and their precepts or bullets or whatever you want to call them of death. They're both groups of people that society turned their back upon. Heroic society is very biased when it comes to these quirks, and if you have a physical deformity, it's the same way it is in real life. Right here and now, people stare. People get ostracized in the middle of the street, and fear and sorrow sets in. And that's what All For One would capitalize on when he would build his army, the Meta Liberation Army as well. Vigilantes is amazing because the story tackles all of these problems and notions that My Hero Academia doesn't. I'm pretty sure it's Aizawa. He was one of the first people to be accepted into UA with such a basic emitter quirk. To get accepted, you kinda had to be like Present Mike or Todoroki. Somebody like Shinzo still till this day has to prove his worth to get into the hero class. But honestly, yeah, I might do a video on these guys and explain who they are, because we've gotten some pretty outstanding growth from someone like Soga in the past month. I mean, I really want to know how much better he's gotten with his spike quirk, considering pretty much the mantle of Knuckle Duster is his now. As for Koichi in this chapter, one thing that kinda scares me is Rapt telling Koichi that he could possibly kill somebody with that blast. It makes me fearful that Koichi might get himself into trouble during this fight. Seeing how he's gotten stronger in the past 4 years as the Crawler is absolutely astounding though. We officially know that Koichi is extremely quick and has the capacity to go even quicker. Overclock is a limited quirk. You can use it in succession, but it takes a lot out of you. But in a way, Overclock is very similar to Slide and Glide, meaning the training that his master put him under was thought out and calculated. And honestly, I think the fight that will happen between him and number 6 is more likely not gonna be so one-sided as we thought. Speaking of calculated, it was pretty funny for Koichi to find out that Knuckle Duster had planned for all of this, and learning how much control his master really had of every situation that he was in. This kinda makes me confused though. Like, if Knuckle Duster knew that all of this might happen, why isn't he still around? I mean, number 6 returning means that his business just isn't finished. My guess is he probably just wants to have a normal life again. But he went out of his way to kill number 6. If he knew that number 6 was alive, he could figure out more about the man who stole his quirk. Or the reason why he's out of the game could just be as simple as his daughter needing him after the passing of his wife. He's just gotta be a good dad. Either way, I'd love for him to show up and give Koichi one final push. As for death flags in this chapter, number 6 would easily twist Rapt and Meiyu's heads off. It's kind of scary that they're going to be involved. They could end up as cannon fodder that Koichi could be pinned for. And with the story of My Hero Academia getting ready to possibly shift over to Tartarus, I'd hate to see Koichi in a cell during a jailbreak. But if that does happen though, #stays free. Other than that, the next chapter could be more exposition about their enemies, or the hunt could begin for Popstep. The thing is, I don't think Soga or Knuckle Duster anticipated number 6 returning. Think about it, when Popstep first made her appearance, he hadn't used Overclock yet, because Pop was really the only one seen during the terrorist attack. Number 6 kept his face hidden the entire time. If people saw his mug, they would know that this is the guy from the Kaiju battle 3 years ago. And it's gonna be interesting. Vigilantes and My Hero Academia are both heating up drastically. Like I said they were heating up a month ago, 2 months ago, it is like on fire now. And I really hope the big climax in both stories kind of happen at the same time and coincide. But I'm gonna stop myself there before I begin rambling and going off on a tangent once again. I'll catch you guys later. But good news, the new laptop is in, which means more videos. So stay tuned, because I actually created a theory for the Teen Titans to show up in My Hero Academia's universe, and it kind of turned into a bit of a fan fiction, or I guess in this term, a Dan fiction? Honestly, if you probably added dialogue, it would be actually a pretty cool story. But if you like it, let me know in the comments. If you get this far and you heard me talk about this, let me know, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.